Now we're live on multiple platforms. This is perfect. Welcome.
What makes you such a good fighter? Um, I don't know. I'm just curious about it. I'm curious about it. It's never. I mean, it's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. If that's it. I'm just curious, curiously fascinated, really, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why. You know what I mean? To be truly good at something, all you've got to do is show up. Is that not unhealthy? Um, I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of life, 9 to 5 in an office or in a. I mean, that's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do. And that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me because I love it. I love what I do. So I don't think it's unhealthy. I I, I feel good in my mind. I mean, it's my life. I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Nobody works harder than me inside the octagon, outside the octagon. I am a workhorse. So I'm going to enjoy the benefits of this life. I'm going to get myself a big mansion in Las Vegas. I'm going to get the soft top cars. I'm going to bring my whole team out. I'm going to spoil them and give them this life. Big steaks that size. We're eating every single night each. We're eating good. We're living good. It's human nature. Some people will sit and take positivity from that. They will look at that and take inspiration and inspire. It will inspire them to go and push for that. Others will shell up and critique it and be negative towards it. But one thing is for sure, those people will stay where they are. The people who take inspiration from it will rise up and also one day experience that life. So this is human nature. Some go one way, some go the other way. But I am enjoying my money, my hard-earned money that I have dedicated my life to. I was always getting pestered. What are you doing with your life? You're doing this, doing that. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what MMA was. They didn't know what none of this. They didn't know I could make a career out of it. As far as they were concerned, my man, that I'm talking about. As far as they were concerned, I was just getting into a cage and fighting with some other guy. They didn't know nothing about it. No one did really, but I knew. You know what I mean? I knew. But and then I ended up getting a trade just to keep them quiet. Because I used to have a lot of fights with me dad. A lot of
What
fights.
trade did you get?
I ended up getting a trade as a plumber. Um, literally up in the back arse of nowhere up in the Wicklow Mountains. And funny enough, that like one of the biggest sites in Europe, Kiltiernan. It was right at that skiing place. Huge, and now it's just abandoned. Now it's just deserted. So I used to go up there 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on that M50. I used to have to walk to the N4, about half an hour from my house, wait for some Limerick guy that I didn't even know. He'd drive on the M4, and I had to flag him down. Nightmare, yeah. 2 hours down on the M50, 2 hours back. Literally 14-hour days, and I was the first year, so I had to go and do everything. I had to go to the shop. I had to go and get this and get that. So I always had trouble with that, and I was like, this isn't for me. This is not for me.
How long did you last?
I lasted 18 months doing it. But it was tough, you know. Just it wasn't a life for me, you know. What I mean? And then John said, because I was training with John as well at the time, and then John got in touch and says, I have a show. I'm running a show. I'd like to fight on it. And then that was it. I just packed it in, didn't show up. My dad used to come in and punch the head out of me and like try and drag me out of bed. And I just wouldn't go. You know what I mean? I had an uproar for a good few years with him over it. And that was it. I just packed it in, quit, and then focused on training. That's I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. There's a lot of stressful years. You know what I mean, a lot of tough times. But I proved them wrong. I proved myself right. I cannot put one thing on it, John. I just love this life that I have created. I love this business. I do not. I enjoy work. I don't want to be anywhere else but here. So every day I am enjoying myself. I wake up every day. I pinch myself. You want to see the room I'm sleeping in. You want to see the bed I'm sleeping in. You want to see the home that I'm living in. There's an elevator in the home. So I'm on the third floor and I go out, click the button, and it goes from the third floor to the first floor. I open up the elevator and I go and eat some breakfast, and then we go stretch out in the sun, and we have a big pool, a jacuzzi. Look, I'm just enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Gratitude is one of the most strongest forms of power in attracting good things. You know, if you truly feel grateful for the things in your life, I always felt grateful for even the small things. I always used to celebrate the small things. Now I might be celebrating the bigger things, but I always celebrate every little good thing that would happen to me in my life, even before I had any kind of money or any of that. I would celebrate and I would feel grateful for it, and it just gave me more. And this is exactly the same thing that's happening right now. I still remain grateful, and more comes.
If somebody said to you, you'll have or you'll be as successful as you are now, what would you had said back then?
I believe you. That's what I would have said. Because I did believe.
Yes.
I believed in it. I had very few people who told me that. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. Other than that, it was just me telling myself.
Yep.
So if someone came up to me and told me that all the way back then, I'd say you're damn right.
I don't know how you do it. You seem immune to pressure. You got an entire nation on your shoulders, and you rise above it once again.
Yeah, I don't just knock them out. I picked around, John. Yeah, I said this. I'm sure you're probably all thinking in your head, this guy is talking absolute.
All right, we're about to dive into this. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is our 294th episode. All right, welcome to the call. Appreciate y'all for being here. Just trying to get my cameras together. I'm using some new cameras. Hold on, let me turn my mic on real quick. All right, got some upgrades and some updates for our sound here. Shout out to the Atlanta Blockchain Center and the family for hooking me up with some expensive gear. All right, to make sure that the quality and everything sounds good. If we're good right now, if y'all can hear me and we're live, direct, and in full effect, you ready to get to a check today, just go ahead and do me a quick favor and drop some coffee emojis in the chat box. It's a movie right now. Hey, I just got thumbs up that we good. I got thumbs up that we good. Hey, we in HD right now. You know what I mean? Hey, we in HD. You know what I mean? What can I say? So shout out to everybody, man. Make sure you share this link out. All Discord groups, Telegram groups, your mama's grandma group chat. Send it out to everybody that you possibly can, because we are, tell a friend that we are about 6 episodes now away. Starting next week, we are 6 episodes away from our 300th episode. And what a time to be alive. All right, we got coffee. You know what I mean? We got coffee now. All right, this morning I'm sipping on some Guatemala. All right, you know, Ray Schrummert, y'all might not, depending on your age, you might not know who that is. But Ray Schrummert, they said it best. They said, you go to Guatemala. You know what I mean? It was like, Guatemala. Every time I drink this coffee, that's what I hear in my head. I hear, Guatemala. You know what I mean? So welcome to everybody, man. Shout out to y'all. Really grateful to have y'all here. We about to dive into some bullish content this morning, but just let me know where y'all tuning in from, where y'all live, direct, and in full effect. I got YouTube up right now so I can see your chat. I got Zoom up right now so I can see the chat. Where are y'all calling in from? Drop it in the chat box and just let me know what's going on. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. And also y'all let me know, what you're sipping on this morning. Are y'all sipping on any good coffee? What you got going on? Somebody enlighten me. Somebody let me know. I'm making a little coffee. You know what I mean? You gotta get it right. But yeah, it's a movie. Sipping on that Ethiopian coffee. All right. My mom said she drinking that Ethiopia this morning. All right. What y'all got going on? Let me know. I'm waiting on y'all to let me know. Think coffee. All right, somebody drinking on a little Think coffee. Don't worry, we're gonna get y'all a care package of this coffee and crypto. I've heard that this is some of the best coffee, in the world. That's just what I've heard. You know what I mean? Maybe different. But one thing I know for sure, and two things I'm certain about is we got that blue magic right here. You know what I mean? It's like the blue magic of the coffee space. You know what I mean? Once you start sipping on it, you just start trading. Y'all, I made $1,000 yesterday trading Bitcoin off this coffee. So you know what I mean? You can't tell me, y'all, look, the world can't tell me that we ain't moving and grooving. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up. All right, we about to get to it this morning, but welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Appreciate y'all for being here. All right, appreciate y'all for being here. Good morning. Good morning. All right, cool. So first things first, I got a quick video for y'all real quick. All right, we got to celebrate. Y'all already know XRP Army. Y'all know how we get down. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even have the opportunity to get all of my content together this morning. I just want to tell y'all how the flow of the show's gonna go today. We just gonna be on high vibrations because right now it's the bull run season anyway, and we're all just excited, right? Has anybody seen their investment? Has anybody made some money with me? Just drop some coffee in the chat. If you made some money with me, if you got in the Stronghold, ZVAC Network, Bank Social, if you got into any of these, just drop some coffee real quick and let me know you made some money with me. But while y'all dropping that, I do want to say something real quick to you. I want to make sure I make this disclaimer. Coffee and Crypto Network, okay, Coffee and Crypto University, Coffee and Crypto Coffee Co. We do not provide financial advice, okay? All of the information that you will hear on this show is for entertainment purposes only. That means you want to go out and you want to do your own research, right? You want to make sure that you get up with an advisor. We're going to talk a little bit about that mindset today, right? I believe that, there will be more advisors over time, but even with the regulation that's coming right now, advisors are not ready. So there are going to be people that understand this space, right? There's people that's going to understand what we do here, right? There are people that's going to understand this space and they're going to turn around. All right. And they're going to be teaching these advisory firms how to advise people properly. I believe that that's what we're building here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. I believe that's what we're building here at Coffee and Crypto University. Okay. And, I'm just grateful for our community. All right. So I got a quick video to pop it off, right? And then when I come back from making my coffee, you know what I'm saying? We're going to dive into some more bullish content. So the first thing I want to do is share my screen, and we're going to go ahead and dive in right now. All right. Let's go ahead and dive into this right now. Now, this right here, this is a riddle video. Okay. It is from the bear. So anytime the bear drops something, y'all already know how we got to do. We got to watch it, right? This is the bearable bear, man. So, he always drops mysteries as to what could potentially happen, right, in this space. So, y'all go ahead and give me 1 second and let me make sure that y'all can see my screen, number one. I don't think y'all can see the oh, yes, y'all can. Y'all can see the video. Okay, cool. If you can see my video, just let me know because I'm using a different camera now. So if y'all can see my video on Zoom, drop a 7 in the chat box. I just want to make sure everything is everything before we get rolling. All right, cool. Let's get it. Let's get it. And drop a 7 if y'all can hear the sound. Let's go. Keep dropping 7s if you can hear the sound. Yeah. I don't know if y'all really paying attention to everything, right? Do y'all see the boat that he's riding on? Do y'all see that boat that he's riding on? You know, the boat that he was just selling on, right? Do you know what a ZBEC is, right? ZBCN, you know what ZBEC network is, right? A ZBEC was an old sailing ship. It was one of the best and baddest sailing ships in the world, right? And that's what a ZBEC is. And they're literally rolling into the sunset, rolling, you know, here at these mountains. You should get familiar with these mountains, you know. This may be the Fiji mountains for you, you know. This could be the mountains of Guatemala. I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. Okay, this could be the mountains in Chile or Argentina. I'm not sure where this is. This could be South Africa for all we know, right? But I think it's a representation of where it is for your life. You know, what is the vehicle? You know, ZBEC, something that I really want y'all to think about is this, right? ZBEC is a boat, right? These assets are vehicles, right? I'm gonna take a sip to that. By the way, I'm drinking a little latte, okay? But, okay, I want y'all to hear this, okay? Listen, a ZBEC it's a ship. It is a vehicle. It's a vehicle to take you from point A to point B, right? And when we're talking about wealth creation, right? When we're talking about generational wealth, I want you to ask yourself a question. What is the vehicle that's going to help you get there? You know, here on this call, here at the Blockchain Center, here with the believers, we believe that it is this technology, right? Not just buying crypto. I think that we are so far beyond just buying crypto, family. Like we've bought enough. Now, I'm not saying we've bought enough. We're gonna still buy more. All right. And listen, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is we've been buying cryptocurrency for years. The question you got to ask yourself is, what are you building? You know, what are you building in the space? What are you building? What solutions? There's so many solutions out there. Are you gonna wait around until every single solution is taken before you decide to actually jump in and take a leap of faith, right? This is what it's all about. Jumping in and taking a leap of faith. Using a skill set that you already was blessed with by the Most High and using it to your advantage. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. We are about to take a major shift in the way that we do business, in the way that we conduct this podcast. There's a lot of things that are about to change, okay? I appreciate everybody for being a part of what we did here for the last 294 episodes. But going into 300 and beyond, there's going to be a lot more in IRL, right? In real life activations, right? There'll be a lot of opportunities for people that are in the Atlanta area that may be visiting Atlanta area to be able to come out and check out our podcast live, right? You know, one thing about it is being in the room, right? That's something that I'm passionate about, is making sure you're in the right rooms, right? Maybe you haven't been inspired to build in this space yet. And the reason why is because maybe it's because you haven't gotten in the room yet, right? You haven't got, good morning. You haven't gotten in the room yet, right? Y'all know I'm at the Blockchain Center this morning, and we, you know what I'm saying, and we have our friends, our families, our cohort members that are coming in today, and we're about to have our another Immutable Founders Day here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. And then this evening, and I'm about to dive in some bullish content, right? But this evening, if you're in Atlanta, I'd highly recommend you be here by 6:30. You know, we are going to fellowship together. We're going to have food. We're going to have games. We're going to have drink. We're going to have in real life activations. We're going to have free education. It is crypto. It is another crypto week, another Stand with Crypto week. And we are going straight into it tonight. All right. Going into this weekend, we are standing with crypto as they go back. Okay. Well, they never left, but as they continue to fight the good fight to get these 3 bills passed, which we've already had the Genius Act passed. Now we need the Clarity Act and the Anti-CBDC Act to pass for us to have a full suite of regulatory clarity acts that can help us go from point A to point B. Somebody drop some coffee in the chat box, light it up, and share this link out. We need to grow the numbers. Today, we need more people. All right, let them know that we are live and direct. They are finna miss out on some bullish content this morning. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to play this video from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. And he says, we are not going to be buying, okay, Bitcoin. I want y'all to pay attention to what he has to say. And hopefully y'all are able to actually hear the video. Well, if the video plays, let me restart this. Should be good moving forward. All right.
Number way above 700, out a number way above 750 billion. What's the story on gold?
We've got the large gold holding. I doubt we're going to revalue it, but we are going to keep it there again as a store of value for the American people. We've also started to get into the 21st century, a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We're not going to be buying that, but we are going to use confiscated assets and continue to build that up. We're going to stop selling that. I believe that Bitcoin reserve at today's prices is somewhere between 15 and 20 billion.
Sheesh. Today's prices of the Bitcoin reserve, confiscated Bitcoin, by the way. They confiscated their way to wealth. You know, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you waiting on? Right? That's my question. You know, what are you waiting on? Right? They confiscated their way to wealth. What are you waiting on? Okay. That's crazy. If you really think about it, that's crazy, right? Think about it. All right. So I want to take the time today to kind of take a step back. Okay. And we got to go back in history. Okay. Today's going to be a history lesson. Okay. We're going to get somewhat of a history lesson. And I want to go back over some really important things that happened maybe about over 50 years ago, maybe 50 years, but over 50 years, I believe over 50 years for sure. Okay. Things that happened in the last century, right? That have been pivotal moments for where we are today, in the digitalization of our entire economies, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to take us back to something about what most people don't know. Okay, and I'm going to read this. In 1933, under the Executive Order 6102, holding physical gold was made illegal in the US. Some of y'all probably understand where I'm about to go with this. Some of y'all probably got a feeling where I'm about to go with this. Man, just light me up one time. I need some energy. I need some high energy. Listen. In 1933, okay, it is 2025. We are almost to 2033. That would be 100 years. Okay, a century, almost a century ago from right now. Okay, under this executive order 6102, holding physical gold was made illegal in the United States of America. Citizens were forced to surrender their gold to the government at a fixed price, way cheaper than fair value, or face penalties. The dollar was backed by gold, but only the government was allowed to hold it. Today, we're going to talk about, well, right now, we're going to talk about how if history repeats itself in this moment, we got a lot of, we have a lot of things that we really got to stand together on, right? The issue with the world at the time was that, see, when in 1933, under the executive order 6102, when gold was made illegal, you either went to jail or you sold it for less than fair value price. Thank you. Less than fair value price, right? Or you face penalties. What do they call Bitcoin today? Bitcoin is digital gold. The government, under the Silk Road investigation, already confiscated it, but they confiscated it. So my question to us as digital asset investors, as modern day builders, you know, is do we allow them to do this again? You know, is there a chance that this could happen again as regulation happens? Could they say that Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million ever made, could they say that Bitcoin is a legal tender and everybody must turn it in, right? Because if you think about it, if you go down to, what is the place? Where's the place that they hold all the gold, Chris? What's the name of that place? Fort Knox. Is Fort Knox the place where they hold all the gold that they from back in 1933 that they took from the American citizens? Supposedly, right? If it's still there, who knows, right? Okay. Well, check this out, guys. Okay. Imagine if this is the same thing. Fort Knox, Silk Road is Fort Knox for Bitcoin, right? I just want to give y'all some things to really think about so you can really start to move into how do we really protect our assets, right? Not our asses, but our assets. Our asses are a part of our assets as well, okay? So you got to protect both, okay? Now, that was a little food for thought, right? A little food for thought to just think about real quick, but I'm not done, because August 15th is supposed to be a huge day. And they're talking about August 15th being a huge day for the XRP army, right? A huge day for the XRP army. Why? Well, August 15th, 1971, the U.S. exits the gold standard via Nixon. Now, August 15th, 2025, we're hearing everything about, the digital gold reserve, right? Here in the United States. We're hearing about all these things that are passing to be able to make the proper legislation for these rails to truly flourish. So literally 1971 to now to tomorrow, we're one day away from, the anniversary, right, of the U.S. exiting the gold standard. Also on August 15th, if you all didn't know, it will be the last day of the BRICS summit in Russia, right? So the BRICS Summit is in BRICS Summit Road Rally is in Russia. This year, they're focused on de-dollarization and digital currencies. You don't think they're talking about some of these blockchain companies that, we know about? Also, this week, we had the Ripple versus the SEC appeal deadline resolution, right? So we had the resolution between both. And we're about to get an expected time frame now for RLUSD, Ripple stablecoin, in their banking integration. We already have ISO 20022 compliance here in the United States. And something that I want to make sure that we get together, because I know a lot of y'all, it's a lot of people that tune in and view our podcast now. And we get a lot of people who make comments and things like that. But something that I want to share real quick, okay? We're going to have people that's going to say, oh, well, XRP is an ISO 20022 compliant. And this is where I want to challenge your thinking, okay? There's something, and we talked about this many episodes ago, documented, but now it had actually come into fruition. There's something called a DTI, which is a digital token identifier, right? And as of the last maybe 2 years, XRP and XLM and XDC and a lot of these, HBAR, Quant, a lot of these tokens, and not just the ISO ones, but a lot of them, they have these digital token identifiers, right? Now, the digital token identifier was a standard that was built for banks, right? Well, excuse me, the ISO 20022 was a standard that was built for banks and not digital assets originally. But under the ISO 24165, now you're able to register digital assets with their own DTI. XRP has its own DTI. And right here on this page, shout out to Smoke Dog, okay? Smoke always drops some stuff, right? You can see XRP's DTI number. You can see their GitHub. So you can copy and paste this, go to Ripple's GitHub, and you can actually see that information there. Okay. What else? Okay. What else? We can, if we scroll in on this ISO paper, okay, on this ISO paper right here, and we read, okay, this particular paper, okay. If y'all look right here, look there, even in this paper, it says there are also cryptocurrencies rumored to be ISO 20022 compliant. Now, the rules of the game as an investor is to do what? Buy the rumor and sell the news. So if in an official documented, governmental documented paper, okay, it says there are also cryptocurrencies rumored to be ISO 20022 compliant, but are not officially listed as such, which include Hashgraph, aka HBAR, Quant, aka QNT, Cardano, aka ADA, right? As a result, the ISO issued the digital token identifier standard, allowing cryptocurrencies to be recognized as a legitimate currency under the ISO system. The use of ISO recognized cryptocurrencies in international financial transactions, Forex, will help cryptocurrencies achieve widespread acceptance through increased trading volume. Family, Forex is a foreign exchange market. It is a 7.7, maybe even more, $trillion a day market. I want you to do the math on that. Somebody let me know. How much is $7.7 trillion, 365 times 365? How much is that? Somebody drop it in the chat box and let me know, right? Somebody let me know. But I want y'all to understand something. With blockchain technology now, we really can add 365 days, even Christmas Day. Because, see, when you're dealing with Ripple, the digital bank, right? When you're dealing with these digital banks, they don't close, right? It's open 24/7, right? It's open 24/7. So that within itself is an extremely bullish scenario that we are looking at this very moment. Okay. Next thing. Okay. Next document it goes through these, this document goes through these token identifiers, and it says that they were published at the end of 2021. Okay. Let's see what they say, right? These identifiers, right, describes the data elements required for registration and display on the DTI registry. The DTI is a random, unique, fixed length identifier for digital and consistent of 8 alpha. Hold on, wait. So let's just, you know, let's just do this real quick. Look, thank you, Terpy. Hey, thank you, Terpy Nerpy. All right, 2 quadrillion. So that means a year, the foreign exchange market now not even being able to close because it runs on chain now will be worth $2 quadrillion within itself. And XRP, HBAR, they're all sitting at the forefront of this. But I'm going to type in token, digital token identifier codes. Let's see if we can find it. I'm just gonna go and type it in, right? I'm gonna go type it in and see if there's anything that, you know, we can find. Okay, let's see. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Association of ANNA, the ISIN numbers the world. Numbers the world. Okay, digital assets. Look at this, y'all. Digital token identifier foundations. They even have a foundation, a nonprofit on the back end of this. You see, look at this, y'all. You see what happened when you just go do a little bit of research? Look at this. 200 entries per page. Okay, that's what we got. We got Bitcoin. Look at this, y'all. We got Ripple XRP. It's right here. We got Cardano, we got Dogecoin, we got Polygon, we got Solana, we got Rapsol, we got Litecoin, we got Tron, we got Polkadot, we got Shiba, we got Shiba Inu Wormhole, we got Avalanche, we got Cosmos, we got Chainlink, we got OKB, we got Monero, we got Stellar, we got Ethereum Classic, we got everything, Bitcoin Cash. Okay, it's all here. ICP, Internet Computer. It's all here. HBAR, Aptos, Lido DAO, Filecoin, Graph, Quant, Near Protocol, Algorand, Pax, Sandbox, Render, Aave. There are IS numbers for every single cryptocurrency. Do you believe us now? We just was early. See, I was in crypto before all this stuff was accessible, you know? I don't think y'all really following it. I don't think y'all really see what's going on here right now, family. It's about to happen. So let's continue to read. Okay, it says DTIs will be assigned by a registration authority, okay, and are made available in an online registry. We just looked at it, right? A partnership. Oh, what is it? A partnership between blah, 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 ETFs and the Association of National Number Associate Agencies, which is what we just looked at, was established in 2021 to identify synergies between the DTI and existing standards, such as the ISIN. Together, the DTI and the ISIN will form a bridge between the traditional and tokenized financial world infrastructures used to process financial instruments. Here we go. Okay, let me finish. I gotta get through this. Okay, the two identifiers will complement each other in that the ISIN is the identifier for the reference data of the asset. Okay, and the DTI will be the technical identifier of the token location. Potentially, also the classification of financial instrument short name codes, and the legal entity identifier would also need to be considered for crypto assets. This is also where the ISO 20022 standard for information exchange between financial parties comes into play. Also, ISO 20022 securities messages, whether for settlement, okay, asset servicing and collateral management, can include the above mentioned ISO standards, including the DTI. In addition, other data elements needed in order to exchange information related to crypto assets have been adapted to deal with the specificities of crypto assets. For example, certain fields have been expanded to cater for blockchain addresses as well as quantities and balances with many fractional digits. Good God. I got to take a lap. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to be back. Yo, that was crazy. He said many fractional digits.
Of what? XRP?
No, it's talking about the DTI,
Or the DTCC?
the DTI, this digital token identifier, which is a part of ISO 20022. At the end of the dot, look, just go sit right. You just got to see it. You just got to see it, bro. I had to bring in reinforcements, man. Y'all say what's up to Chris. Yo. So right here, bro, it says, in addition, other data elements needed in order to exchange information related to crypto assets have been adapted to deal with the specificities of crypto assets. For example, certain fields have been expanded to cater for blockchain addresses as well as quantities and balances with many fractional digits. So every single one of them are meant to, obviously, we know that, but it's cool to be able to discover it because every single one of them are meant, like Bitcoin's not the only one that's going to be, super fractional, right? All those Satoshis, even Ripple, I know XRP, they call them drops, right? So like they all have their own fractional digits. And, as they grow in value, I see like, one home isn't going to cost, I'm live right now. Yep. One home isn't going to cost 2 or 3 Bitcoin in the future. It's going to cost 0.25 of a Bitcoin, 0.05 of a Bitcoin one day if Bitcoin reaches $1 million or something like that, right? So that's basically what I was reading.
No, I mean that
Crazy, bro.
that makes complete sense. And then just thinking about it again, kind of going back what you mentioned as far as the amount of sheer volume that comes in Forex. It was an article like what you're talking about. They were talking about this in Japan that they were testing. This is a little dated, probably like 3 years, but they were talking about how the amount of daily transactions just in sheer volume for Forex is like $6 trillion like per day.
Yeah.
Like something pretty massive. So
yeah, we did the calculations. Somebody said right here, the calculation at it is $2 quadrillion a year. So Forex transactions make up 2 quadrillion. So if these ISO tokens got 10 or 20% of that market, we're talking about trillions of dollars within Forex alone flooding into these markets.
Yeah.
Not even what you were talking about with the DTCC, the derivatives, right?
Yeah.
That's quadrillions of dollars too, derivatives. So, it's just a massive market. And to think about, I was just telling my girlfriend this last night, or it might have been this morning. I got into crypto at $800 billion market cap, somewhere around there, 600 to 800 billion. I remember when it was
what year?
Or was it that was 2000, maybe it might have been lower, 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
And now it's at 4 trillion as of now, over 4 trillion, and people that are entering at 4 trillion, when this market gets to 20 trillion, 100 trillion, wherever it goes, they're going to be, like they're still going to be looked at as super early. You know what I mean? So it's just so much opportunity in the space.
I agree. There's a lot of family members and friends that they think that they're too late because of Bitcoin itself, but I'm like, you have to consider that this is a teenage market versus stock market is over 200 years old.
Oh wow, that long?
Yeah. So it's like this is a teenager, we're still very early in this space. There's still as a developer, there's put it this way, we're like guinea pigs when it comes to figuring out the best way to onboard users from a developer standpoint. So we're still off trying to figure everything out right now.
Wow. Oh, and I bought some more liquid agent last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought some more liquid.
Did you see
Yeah,
that?
it's not. I'm holding, but I'm holding it in.
Did you see?
Getting it in
I think it was like
Exodus.
2 days ago. We ended up burning like 10
Yeah.
grand worth.
That's why I grabbed it.
Yeah.
I heard about it. I grabbed some that day and I bought some more. I've been buying it as it's going up. I don't care because I know it's gonna, it's the bull market, man.
Yeah.
Get in where you fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Well, it's like 10:49 now, so I really didn't have much, y'all. I mean, like I did have a lot to share today. I ain't gonna lie, but it's a great time to be around.
You follow the bear.
Oh, the bear. Yeah, some
Yeah.
video I showed in the beginning. Yeah, the bear.
I remember seeing that back in like
People think this is David Schwartz, right? Or Elon Musk. No, Elon Musk.
it's so hard to say. I've heard it could be Brad Garlinghouse.
That
Weirdly enough, I have heard that.
That too. Damn.
I
could see him having the time on his hands to do this too. Like just
yeah.
Wow.
XRP was the first crypto I ever bought.
It was the first one I ever bought too.
Got the tat.
You got the tat. Yo, y'all didn't even see it. Don't hold the tat up to the screen. Bro got the XRP tatted on his finger. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm about to go get one too. Bro. I don't even have tattoos. I'm finna get an XRP.
It actually hurt because
it hurt.
All bone. Your finger is mostly bone.
No, I ain't messing with that, man. No, I ain't messing with it. Never mind, y'all. Let me see. Anything else to share with y'all that was in here that was important? I don't know. I'll see y'all. I had a lot of stuff. This right here was some Trump stuff that came out. But yo, Zatra. Oh, this is very important too to talk about just the phases, y'all. We are definitely in the early phase of phase 2. We are in the Ethereum phase right now. But yeah, Zatra, you can come up, bro. You already know, man. Feel free, bro. And Zatra, come. Hey, bro, we want to see you.
I'm coming tonight. Don't even, bro. I'm here tonight.
Don't talk on the show if you ain't coming, man.
Bro, I'm coming tonight, bro. I'm hopping on the train and the bus. I will be there. No excuses, bro.
I always say the train and the bus.
I will be there, bro. But yo, that video you were showing.
If you train it and bust it, Paul. But if you train it and bust it, then I'll take you home, bro.
That's a bet, bro. That's a bet. Appreciate it.
I'll take it. What's good?
That video you showed earlier, is it a possibility the mountains that were riding through ZBEX or ZBEX, do you think it could have been like Mount Gox as like a subliminal metaphor as they were riding through those mountains, like how they made it past Mount Gox? Because the whole Mount Gox, the Bitcoin theory. Or you think I'm reaching with that one?
Bro, I think anything's possible.
Yeah.
Which video are you talking about? My bad.
With the bear and the guy as he was like walking through.
Oh, with this, yeah. You saw that in there, right? Like all of those subliminals. Like I said, I think that the Silk Road. I think Silk Road is the new Mount Gox. They seized Bitcoin from American citizens. They just said it was illegal out of nowhere. They made the decision. That's why I tell people, what if they've been calling it digital gold? What if they reenact it?
No, so I have my own theories too.
But you can't really, because you'll never they will know who has it, because it's a public ledger.
Yeah, it's a public ledger.
They can trace those wallets.
They'll trace it back.
It'll take them time.
Pretty good.
Or they'll leverage AI, you think, to trace those wallets. I think
that's when AI will.
Oh my God. Oh.
Crypto, the fall of AI, man.
It's like all
AI gonna sell us out.
All it takes is for AI to basically track the
my
wallet.
Mom said, what is Chris theory?
So when it comes to Bitcoin, Michael Saylor and like everyone's been buying it up, but when they buy it up and they hold it, what if that actually is part of the seize? Like if they're constantly just hoarding it. Because if they hoard it and they see, like if they're buying it and like no one can really get it, now it's seized. So it's like way less in supply, of course.
Way less.
And
you heard what he said. He said, we're not selling it.
That's
Scott Bessett said, we're not selling it.
So it almost weirdly enough creates this like, there's no sell pressure per se, but there's like, it's all locked away, like indefinitely. It's not moving. There's no type of movement. because you still have to have some volume. You still have to have some motion.
Damn.
But it's far-fetched. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? That's the reason why, just to leverage, no financial advice, but that's why I hold XRP, because you want to have something that flows. I know that right now the price is low because it does move in the hands of many quickly or quicker with its low transaction speeds, but you do want to have something that's moving constantly, So it's just something to kind of think about.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Man, that's definitely deep. Damn, I never thought about it that way. Messed me up with that one. Well, look, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta get some coffee popping. I got people coming in, so we about to get our coffee rocking today. You ain't go to Dunkin' Donuts, did you? I'm trying to. Man, you better put that fake coffee down.
I definitely want to get
fake
a cup of
coffee. Yeah, I got you, bro. I ain't giving her. She ain't getting none of my coffee. She ain't getting none of my coffee. Now it's over with. That's like putting that's like buying crypto on Robinhood. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm just playing. No, I'm just talking junk. But hey, but nah, I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. This was an amazing episode. He said Robin Hood. I did say Robin.
I'm about to come on to a full episode with you.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I want to get you in. I want to definitely talk about Liquid Agent, bro. Want definitely people to find out about the company more. Cool. But yeah, y'all, look, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me, man, here on the couch. I feel energized. I got my coffee in me, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got their coffee, man. We about to keep on drinking coffee. You know what I mean? We about to pull that Dunkin' Donuts out anyway, and you know what I mean? Oh man, I can't get. I'm not gonna leave you alone. All right, y'all. So have a blessed one. I'll see y'all on the next one. And until